Hey guys, welcome to another segment of Legal Friday with me, Francine. So I got an interesting question after the last segment, and the question was, should you have an agent and a literary a publishing lawyer? Do you need both, or can you have one or the other? And what's the difference really between the two? So I thought that was a really great question. So let me start with the literary agent. So your agent is the one who generally is going to get you the book deal. Your agent is your advocate. They're the ones that are right there beside you, hopefully through thick and through thin. They understand the book industry. They have contacts with editors and publishers. They also have contacts with media outlets. They know how to negotiate. Well, let me say this. They know how to negotiate if they are experienced, because not all agents, just like not all lawyers, not all doctors, not all people are the same. So if the agent has had some experience in negotiating, then they actually know how to do that. They also get a percentage of the advance. If you get an advance, they get a percentage of any royalty payments you get. They get a percentage potentially of any derivative works that you may create. For example, let's say you have other books that come after that first book they sell. Well, depending upon what it says in your contract with them, they may get a percentage of those things. Let's say depending upon, again, what your contract says, you may end up giving them a percentage of your speaking engagements or any coaching you have, or if you're creating video products or, anything. That's why it's so important to read that contract. The other thing is sometimes they even get paid on your one book that they actually help you to get the deal for long after the relationship is over, which again is why it's so important to read those contracts. A very good friend of mine is in the entertainment industry, and she's right now in between agents. And, the first thing I said to her, because she hadn't even thought to read her agreement, she hadn't even looked at her agreement in ages. I said to her, you want to take a look at that contract because you want to make sure that if your agent, you want to make sure your agent is or is not entitled to any residuals that you may get in perpetuity. Well, when she did read the contract, she was amazed at what she found. She would have never known that had I not actually encouraged her to look at that agreement, which then takes me to the next point about why would you have a publishing lawyer? So now a publishing lawyer understands IP law. That's what we do. They understand that they understand the ins and outs of copyright, trademark, because not everything is just about copyright. It could also be related to trademark and rights of publicity. Their primary goal is to protect your intellectual property. That is the bottom line. What I personally do as a publishing lawyer. We know how to negotiate because we've been doing this for a while. At least I have. Again, not all lawyers are created equal, but if you have a publishing lawyer that's been negotiating contracts and they know what to look for, then that's one of the things they bring to the table. Publishing attorneys understand the book industry because that's what they've been focused on. They also may have contacts with editors and publishers, but not necessarily. They may have media outlet contacts, but not necessarily. They get a fee as opposed to a percentage of any advance or any royalties you make. When I'm working with an author client, I don't get any percentage of their advance nor their royalties. They pay me a flat fee to negotiate the contract or to review the contract. And very often it's not just the publishing agreement that I'm reviewing. I'm also reviewing that literary agreement with the literary agent, because again, sometimes those literary agents, while I think they're great and they are important, believe me, even for my first book, I had an agent. You want to make sure that you understand exactly what they're getting. And that goes back to the derivative works. What if you don't really read the contract and they say, well, we get a piece of everything, coaching, speaking, downloads, things that you may create that have nothing related to their publishing deal, the publishing deal they negotiated for you. So you want to make sure that you understand what's in that contract. That's what the publishing lawyer can help you do. Also, unless otherwise negotiated, they don't get paid on anything that's done after the fact. It's like, at least for me as a publishing lawyer, I get paid to negotiate that contract, period. I'm not getting a piece of anything else. So That's what I encourage you to think about. If you have questions about that, feel free to chime in, send some chats, and we'll go forward. All right, guys, until next week, this is Francine, and this is Legal Friday with me, Francine. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.